welcome to Darkflame Cleft. This is a Mythic Plus 12 dungeon run, and in this video we are going to break down the mechanics, cover some skips, and share a few pull strategies to help you get through clean and fast. For the first pull, we are gathering all the mobs of the room on this corner so everything can be cleaved down, and also the Overseer is casting an ability called Wild Wallop, which throws everyone, even his allies, away, and we can have better control of the situation. For the next two pulls, keep your group in this corner. Pull the mobs into this area, as overseers are the primary enemies in this first segment. This positioning helps prevent accidental pulls when mobs get knocked back. After you kill those two groups, you are ready to move on with the rest of the dungeon. During this pull, use the pillar for line of sight to control the mobs and make sure to pull the Overseer as well. If the mobs are properly grouped, you can prevent them from being knocked away by Wallop using crowd control tools like a Ring of Peace, Ursol's Vortex, or similar abilities. All Waxbeard is the first boss. Periodically he spawns shards to fixate on players. There are several ways to deal with them effectively. His first ability and also tank buster is called Rock Buster. It deals physical damage and increases the target's physical damage taken by 25% for 6 seconds. His second ability is Reckless Charge. He targets a random player and after a short delay charges towards them. Any ads caught in his path are killed. Be careful, if he charges too far, he might reset the fight. After the charge, when he slams into a wall, he casts Cave In, causing debris to fall on the ground. Avoid standing in it, but also take note that falling debris can kill the ads. His third ability is Lying Candle Flame, which he throws at a random player. When this happens, all laborers fixate on the player for 10 seconds. Finally, he casts Underhanded Tactics, which spawns a card full of explosives. You need to kill it as soon as possible. The best place to tank him is in the center of the room, as passing wagons can also help kill the laborers. For the next segment of the dungeon, there are 3 key mobs you need to watch out for. The Task Workers. They cast Bonk on a random player dealing damage. It's a simple, unavoidable ability to be aware of. Second is the Blazing Fiends. They cast Explosive Flame. If it goes off, it deals fire damage and increases fire damage taken by 10%. This effect stacks, so it should be interrupted whenever is possible. Wandering Candle. This enemy has 2 dangerous abilities. Quenching Blast, which deals heavy fire damage in a 60-yard radius. Ranged players might be able to outrange it, but it's still something that needs confirmation. And finally, Surging Flame, which leaves a pool of lava on the ground. Just move out of it to avoid the damage. Next up is the room that turns into the boss arena. Nothing fancy here, just cleave them all down and move on. Next up is Blaziken. The tank needs to stay in melee range at all times. Blaziken has several abilities you need to watch out for. Weak Lighter Barrage. Blaziken hurls a torrent of flames at all players. Each impact deals damage to anyone within 6 yards and also ignites nearby candles. Spread out and avoid overlapping. Enkindling Inferno. Blaziken ignites all snuffed candles, dealing fire damage for each one he lights. He also causes Inferno, which applies fire damage over time to all players with a stacking effect. So you want to keep a balance. Don't let the candles be lit, but don't snuff them all either. Inside Flames. This creates damaging fire zones between the boss and any lit candle. Anyone standing in that line takes fire damage every second. Stay aware of your positioning and try not to stand in those lines. Dousing Breath deals nature damage to all players and extinguishes all candles. It's a bit of a reset button for the candle mechanic. The final ability is called Extinguishing Gust. Blaziken summons gusts of wind targeting random players. Tornadoes move towards them, and if they connect, they deal nature damage. The trick here is to aim tornadoes at lit candles. They extinguish any candle they touch. Just move away from them once they spawn. For the next pull, if your group doesn't have any area of effect interrupt or pull ability like Gorfin's Grasp, Abomination Limb, Avenger Shield or any other AOS silence, you can use the previous room to line of sight the casters, forcing them to move towards you. Once they stack up, you can cleave them down efficiently. Next up is mini boss fight Torch Snarl and Shoot Snout. This encounter is skippable, but if you decide to do it, your party needs to stay grouped. Torch Snarl casts one-hand headlock on a random player. During this cast, that player should use a defensive cooldown because right after, Shoot Snout casts Ceaseless Flame, a frontal cone aimed at the headlocked player. It deals significant fire damage. Staying stacked in melee helps keep DPS uptime on both mini-bosses, especially for melee players. However, be mindful of your positioning so you don't get caught in the fire frontal. Next boss is called Candle King. Candle King casts eerie molds which summon wax statues of the players. Stay close together so they spawn in a small area, but do not step on them as doing so will stun you. Darkflame Pickaxe. After a short delay, he throws a pickaxe at a marked player. Make sure to stand behind the wax statue to avoid it. Important: statues destroyed by pickaxe do not leave wax pools. Paranoid Mind. This is an interruptible cast and must be interrupted at all times. If it goes off, it fears all players for 4 seconds. It's a magic debuff, so it can also be cleansed. Throw Darkflame. Random players, excluding the tank, will get a circle around them. Use this to melt down wax molds. You can melt more than one statue with this ability, but move quickly because melted statues leave behind a pool of wax. In this section, you are escorting a cart that carries a candle. The candle keeps the area stable. If you step outside, the candle slides, or if the candle goes out, your damage and healing done are significantly reduced. You can refill the candle using smaller candles scattered around the area. The key adds here are shuffling horrors. These enemies reduce the candle's duration while channeling their ability. Interrupt them or kill them fast. Corridor creepers. They gain 10% increased damage for each corpse nearby. Each hit applies a stackable magic dot on the tank, dealing shadow damage every second for 6 seconds. You can kite them to reset the stacks or dispel the effect. The cart only moves when no enemies are in combat nearby, so if you pull enemy packs further ahead, you can make the cart move faster by keeping it out of combat range. After the gauntlet, the party hops on the cart and a chase sequence with the final boss begins. During this phase, you throw dynamite at the boss to deal damage while avoiding obstacles. Once the boss drops to 90% HP, throwing more dynamite has no effect, so do not waste them past that point. First ability of the boss fight is called Shadow Blast. Targets a random player. That player should move away from the group as the ability deals area of effect damage on the impact. The next ability is called Umbral Slash, a frontal attack aimed at the candle itself. A player needs to pick up the candle and move it away immediately to avoid getting it hit. Eternal Darkness deals area of effect damage to the entire party and drastically reduces the candle's energy. If the candle reaches 0%, the group gains a stacking debuff, minus 5% haste, plus 10% damage taken, and it lasts for 10 minutes. The final ability is called Cold Darkspawn, a channeled cast that must be interrupted. While channeling, it summons adds that attempt to extinguish the candle. All of the boss abilities that hit a candle reduce the percent of the light, and you can always refill it with smaller candles that you can find around the room. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video.